アパラチア山脈。聞き慣れない地名ですが、アメリカ東部の低い山々を南北に連ねた感じです。北はカナダのニューファンドランド島から、南はアラバマ州、フロリダの北まで。今回はそのアパラチア山脈の小さな飛行場を巡ります。以降、無解説です。
Not
No,
working.
not-
No,
I've never
mine's
had
not.
really any issue. Mine's good.
Yeah, mine's good.
Mine's
All
good.
right. Yeah, a few people I've talked to, there's a frozen.
With
Sort
the latest update?
Yeah, and I'll have to talk to Trent later. My autopilot, it keeps on, it'll fly for about 10 minutes, and then it'll just jam the trim and total up or total down, and you cannot ever get it going again.
I have not flown this update really, so not sure.
And I had to remap my arrow keys. I couldn't look
I've
over
heard
my
that was
dash
a thing
anymore.
too.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
remap them. I couldn't look
Yeah.
over my dashboard.
Me too. Had to do it.
But it's all good. I'll just use the VFR map inside the cockpit.
I'll play with the autopilot on for a bit and see if it does the same thing for me. I haven't tried it.
Well, I didn't take anything out of the community flight folder before I started,
Yeah,
but
nothing
I've
was
reloaded.
really, nothing was really like made incompatible from what I'm aware, except for maybe some of the airliners.
Yeah, I've reloaded the caravan mod, and I've reloaded the Garmin one.
Yeah, I haven't reloaded anything, but I find the caravan feels different.
It does. It does feel a little different.
Yeah, they did change it, but I think it was only the auto spoilers, but I haven't actually looked at the config files to see if they changed too much. I also don't have an original copy of the old version, so not sure what to look for.
I still have the mod installed. I didn't deactivate that.
Should have learnt my lesson after the last update.
Were you moving stuff into another folder, your community folder into another folder, and then bring it back in?
No, but I'm going to. Well, I did have a copy of the community folder from before the update, so I copied the Garmin fix just straight from that renamed one back into the community folder. Don't know if that you can do that or not. I presume you can.
Yeah, none of the Garmin mods have updated in a while, so I don't think there was any incompatibilities with the last one or two
Landing gear.
updates.
Landing gear.
Are any of you using the add-on linker?
I use Mod Manager.
Oh. Use the add-on linker. It is absolutely fantastic. You can set as many folders and categories as you want. It's beautiful.
I try and
Beautiful.
keep it simple.
Well, like us old FSX pilots, when you've got a couple of
Landing
hundred of
gear.
this and a couple of hundred of that
Landing
and
gear.
a couple of hundred of the other, you need some categories.
That way you don't get all your liveries mixed up with your airports and all that stuff.
I tell you what I'm finding good I've got into now is little nav map. That's great. You
Yeah.
actually you can what I've found now, you can set up a basic plan in the sim, fly, but have a little nav map. When you see a great location for an outlanding, just click on it and adds it to the plan. Absolutely brilliant.
Wow.
Adds it to the plan in game.
Well, no, adds it to the plan, and at the end you just save it, and there's your flight plan.
Roger
with
that.
the added waypoints in it. It's absolutely fantastic. Because now you're flying out something and say, oh, that'd be a great place to go and land sometime. You just click on it. And at the end you save your little nav map as a flight plan, and you've got it. You've got the original and the extra waypoints. Big Herbiezoid, I think, flies us sometimes. He put me onto that.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
We're
I haven't
landing.
tried it.
We're landing at all airports, aren't we?
Yeah, at all airports.
This first airfield we're coming to is said to be the highest public use airport east of the Mississippi River.
Definitely on the top of the hill.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a crashed airplane? Anyone else notice that on the ground? No.
No.
See it, but if Sizzling's been through here, it's probably a crash plane.
Yeah. yeah, I'd say that sounds about right.
Yeah,
That's par for
that's
the
about
course.
right.
My guess is that it's exposed granite.
You better be
can
careful.
see
Big
it's
D,
like-
he'll mute you.
I think it's just a satellite photo of a real airplane, because you can see like the exhaust trails.
Oh, yeah, it's like a jet caught on the satellite image.
Exactly, yeah.
Usually all of our airports are down in the valleys. This is kind of one of the first ones that's way up at the top. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a nice open airport.
Oh, yeah.
Nice spot for a picnic.
Yeah. Oh, I think I just. It looks like a glitch in the terrain. It's like a big
Well,
spike in the.
That's an airport, Popcorn. It's an airport.
That's
What-
good.
When I land here, I'll show you.
It
I'm
may look like
pretty
a spike
sure-
to you, but to us it's a runway.
I'm pretty sure he's talking about something else that I saw as well.
Yeah,
It's
it
off
looks
to
like there's,
the
like-
east,
It's probably just
northeast.
a pond floating in the air.
Probably.
Oh,
You know, ponds, you know, they do their own thing.
sure, am I gonna make it? Yeah. I would just get a break. Trent moves all the way.
There's so many things they could do to make this multiplayer so much more interesting. Like all the shooter games that I play, it could show each one of our landings or something like that. You know, the score.
Landing of the night.
Yeah, just anything.
or
And-
even do landing challenges, but be able to play with other people, and then you can like see each other's landings.
Yeah, that would be nice.
2026. It's on the list.
I watched that.
I find that so weird. They're like announcing things that are going to come out in the next 2 years, which maybe that's just what they do for flight sims. Because this is my first, and I'm not super big into the community yet. But
I think it's
I
mostly
found
the
that
stuff
so
the community
weird.
is like, oh my god, give us helicopters, give us helicopters, give us helicopters. And they're like, okay, they're coming, but like, in a few years, chill.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh yeah, there's gonna be helicopters, and everyone's like, yeah, and then it's like, in 2 years, oh. That was my
It's like
reaction to
we
it.
said
I
they
was
were.
like,
We didn't say anything.
Stream. Then after he was done, we went over to this other guy's stream, and then was talking, and then said about Flight Simulator. He's like, "Oh yeah, I play Flight Simulator." I was like, "Well, we got a flight. Oh, like when does that start?" I said, "In like half hour." But he's in the UK, so it's like midnight, and he was going to bed. So I was like, he says, "Yeah, I'll take a look at the VODs."
Beautiful area out here, man. The graphics here seem to be really good for me.
oh yeah.
I've got the weather somehow set where there's just like fog settled into some of those low areas. It looks crazy.
If you guys
I wanna
look
do that.
to your left, right between like two hills, you'll see that airplane that I was talking about earlier on the ground. Looks like a clearing between two hills.
You flying the Seminole there, Winterband?
How are you finding the Seminole, Trent?
It's okay.
Yeah, that's not a resounding endorsement.
I mean, it's fun. If you know too much about the airplane, it has a lot of issues.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a very, very Carenado product.
Because if I got in it, I'd probably say it's good or like better than what you think.
Oh yeah, minus the 5 crashing desktops right now, but.
Oh yeah, okay. But just
mostly
because
caused by the update, to be fair.
Yeah, well, just because I don't know the actual plane, so I wouldn't know all the intrinsics. Hey. The guy I was just saying he's in the UK, he's actually watching.
I'm a weirdo.
He's watching in bed.
Hey Trent, where your AP and the caravan keeps on wanting to kill you and just locks your trim and goes on a dive, is that going to be more related, do you think, to the AP, to the caravan mod, or to the Garmin mod?
The Garmin mod has nothing to do with the autopilot. I don't.
Okay.
Well, actually, it might. So, but I haven't witnessed that, so I'm not sure.
Okay. And by the way, with the mod, I've got the ZC208B mod, but I've also just got an older C208B mod. Should I take that one out?
Yeah, you shouldn't have multiple of the same mod.
Well, okay.
They'll override each other.
We'll attempt to fight to the death.
Yeah, you can't have 2 mods for the same plane.
Yeah, I think that was an earlier one you sent me, then you sent me a later one, the Z one.
Yeah. Well, Z is just to put it into a load order. So it loads mods by alphabetical order, so I put a Z in front of it, loads it after everything else, which is usually best for compatibility. Don't think it's as much of an issue now, but yeah, that's just why it's named that way.
Yeah, there's a C28B mod dated. Oh, that's there. Alright, so I should delete that one afterwards. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no big deal. I don't fly autopilot that much anyway, but long legs is good, just stick it on.
Do you put it on autopilot when you're upside down?
No, if you do that, the plane starts to flip over. I tried it.
Oh, did you? I was only
Yeah,
wondering that the other day, Golem.
Yeah, I was like, maybe it'll just hold it where it is. So hit autopilot, immediately goes into a spin trying to get back on the right side, but no,
Like a cat falling out of a tree.
pretty much, yeah.
I've told Airshow today you can't stalk me. I didn't realise last flight or the flight before that he was behind me all the time. Till I saw his video.
Oh, he looks so lonesome over there.
Who?
Airshow. He's off all by himself.
By myself.
There's somebody even behind me, and I'm a little bit behind the pack. Better catch up to you.
I'm just gonna active pause and let everyone catch up. I don't want to be all alone.
Yeah, that's a great launch off the runway, isn't it?
Yeah, that was really fun.
Trick is to roll off a little bit and then pause it, but keep your throttle full, and you'll slowly see your throttle end build up.
Yeah, that's what I noticed.
It'll build up over 100 knots, so 100 knots off the runway, you go ballistic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Airshow's back with. It's on the left side now.
Oh yeah, I see him.
And Zany and Bingdinger, they're like in like a 787. They're down in like Florida.
I have not exceeded the limits of my craft, sir.
You sure?
Awful damn close, but not exceeded.
Yeah.
Keep her around 170, no big deal.
Yeah, Airshow says, please don't fly inverted. I feel like I have to chase while chasing and I can't use the autopilot.
Yeah, I messaged him before, just jokingly said, don't stalk me. And he says, he said, I feel compelled. Whenever I see you go inverted, I just have to chase you and film you.
It's so fascinating.
Well, Airshow looks like you gotta turn around and film me now. Gotta switch between 4 people. Get a whole camera crew.
And I guess Airshow showing a muted sign, that means he probably hasn't got a mic.
Yeah, it could be no mic or
Just doesn't want to talk to us.
a loud background, like I have right now. The beeping in my plane. Overspeed.
Yeah, I don't get. When you fly outside, you don't get to hear those.
Oh,
So I found it the other day. You actually can turn on the cockpit notifications so you can hear them when you're outside.
No, I'm on the exterior view, and I hear the beeping.
Yeah, well, you can
ignore
turn
it.
that off.
Yeah.
You can turn it off.
Yeah, it's dependent on how you have your
Audio
headphones
setting.
set up. Yeah. If you're doing headphone simulation, it won't play those sounds outside the cockpit. It'll just be the loud blaring.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If you have it on normal, it'll show outside. I find the difference in sound between outside and inside is too big.
All right, I'm
Headphone
going
simulation,
over.
so it's annoying.
Going over Marshalltown here, which looks like, I bet you 30 people live here, man.
Oh, I lived in a.
This is real.
I lived in a little town. Sorry, Bing Dinger.
You're good.
The ground looks much better. Like the texture.
I was saying before you got here, Popcorn, that I was flying over this area earlier today.
Okay.
And comparing the view to some old screenshots from Orbex in FSX. And this stuff is just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Looks like a mining pit right there.
We're approaching Virginia 85. I'm assuming that's why it's called VA 85.
Newcastle.
Like a high school or something down there. If you can tell that from up here, that is pretty good graphics. That's pretty cool.
Can tell what?
That we're going over high school. You can see the track out there and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wow, it's a big one.
Well, it's very detailed.
I don't know if they've updated the entire U.S. or just parts of it in this update. I think it's only parts of it.
They showed parts, and when I looked at the parts, it looked like we were flying through some of the parts that they definitely made some updates to. So.
Oh yeah, you're
because
right.
There was some East Coast stuff.
They did some generic graphics work, and then some special jobs.
Well, because when I saw the Confederation Bridge on the list, I'm like, what?
Yeah, what?
I was looking it up,
Little nod to Canada.
Yeah, but when I went there, it was,
the same as it was
yeah.
previously, but they just added it as a POI.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
So, but I don't remember what it looked like by default. It may have just been a completely flat bridge. It's definitely raised. It's not super accurate, but hey, it's there. It's something.
Yeah, because like I was expecting like, oh well, if Gaia Simulations did it, it'd be like the little like speed things or the lights. No.
I've never really looked at the details on any of the bridges that they've done, so I'm not sure how much detail you would expect out of the
Landing
gear.
Landing
So,
gear.
but
Landing gear.
making a model that is that big would be very daunting, because that is a huge bridge.
Oh, I just went over it. Wrestling.
Yeah, so did I, mate. You're not alone.
Not alone.
This aircraft just seems so much easier to steer now.
Yeah.
I'll have to try the default again.
Yeah, well, I've got still your mod, and I'm very happy with your mod, mate. That makes steering so good.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what they changed. I know they adjusted some autopilot stuff in previous updates, and the all they had for patch notes on the Caravan for this update was just removing the spoiler handle, which is just a the 0-1 toggle, which we had already taken out.
Yeah.
That looks cool. You guys come in. Tolstoy just came in right over that little tiny piece of water for the landing.
On land.
I tell you what I have done with my sound spin dinger, I've turned the engine right off because I found I've been doing so much flying and flying externally get the drone of the engine. And I think this is not doing me any good. I had really sore ears. So now all I hear is the wind when I do tight turns and that.
Love it.
Well, I actually quite enjoy the sound of it, especially when you go in reverse thrust, but it was just, you're having drone of an engine in your ears 5-6 hours a day. It's not doing you any good.
So my map says this is the home of Blue Ridge Soaring Society.
Well, don't ask me about it. I don't know. that just sounds like a cult. That's all I can say.
There's also Suburban Propane. Don't forget them.
Yeah, and no, this is definitely got to be like a glider airport because one of the roads is named Glider Drive.
Well, gliders don't drive; they fly.
Come on now.
Well, I was talking the other day about outlandings. That's why I call landings where you don't land on strips out in the wilds. A number of people didn't know what it was, so it's a gliding term again. It's where glider loses lift and can't make the strip. So
Moving, then you hit active pause, and then you just
yeah, the best way is just
constantly gain speed.
start your roll on the runway as if you're going to take off. But just as you roll, only maybe 10 meters, hit pause, but keep the throttle then full. And you'll see the throttle still wind up. So when you hit the pause off and your throttle's showing at 100, you just go ballistic.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So you just fly. You know, it's basically just, it's like taking off from an aircraft carrier. You just get like a sudden amount of just force.
It doesn't really launches you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. Just, you know, you're going 160.
I'm only doing this to give airshow something to do.
You sure? Or are you just saying that?
I'm pretty sure, mate, you're probably behind me doing the same thing.
Gun pilot, I don't recognize that aircraft from up here. You look like a dog on his back with his legs spread out.
Why is that?
It's upside down.
Oh, yeah. Don't tell me it's the first time you've seen it upside down.
No.
You haven't lived otherwise.
I got the Civil Air Patrol livery on, yet I'm the one going inverted.
I mean, if you don't fly your plane upside down every once in a while, you know, the top of it gets too dark from the sun.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just, getting an even fade all over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Rotisserie.
Your, tan.
I'm keeping up with Bing Dinger here. I'm on your right wing, Bing Dinger.
I got a message this morning from FS Elite, the guys, one of the media websites for Flight Sim World. So he wanted my email address to talk to me. So I gave it to him, and I'll see what he's got to say. I think.
So what could come out of that? Popcorn?
I think they're looking probably me to do videos for them, but I'm not sure if they're gonna pay me or not. If not, it would actually give me exposure to the community, much bigger net, but I'm not exactly sure what they want or what they have to offer.
Yeah, if there was still some attribution to you about who made the video, give you exposure.
Yeah, it would still give me exposure because I'd still be able to say like who I am and have a profile, stuff like that. But we'll see what he's got to say. He didn't realize. I don't think he realizes we've already talked because he found me on Facebook, Sizzling Popcorn, but hasn't really clued in my real name in Sizzling Popcorn because I've talked to him before with his other company because he owns Soulfly, which is the Weather Preset Pro, and then they've also come out with a flight simulator guidebook, like 300 pages or something, pretty comprehensive. So we'll see what he's got to say. He liked my review of Euro Airport between FS Dream Team and Just Sim. Liked a comparison.
Probably not getting any sponsorships from Imagine Sim.
From where?
From Imagine Sim, Atlanta.
Yeah, well, because just Sims Airport, I got that from Sim Market. But what I did in that case was that I linked to FS Dream Team's airport on the Sim Market. Just you know, because if I'm gonna say something's, you know, buy this over that, well, I'm not gonna give the link to both.
Yeah.
I'll give the link to the one I'm recommending, and because the one I'm recommending is not the one that I got from Sim Market, I was like, well, I'll put the link to Sim Market, so that way it's a win-win for them, even though the Just Sim stuff wasn't too hot.
Now, is he a one-man show, or is it a company, or what?
No, Sim Market's a marketplace where you can buy the DLCs.
No, the FS Elite.
Oh, FS Elite. No, they've got. I looked on the website. They got some bunch of volunteer writers and video content stuff, because they do it for not just for Microsoft Flight Simulator, but they do it for Prepared, X-Plane.
I bought stuff from FS Elite.
From FS Elite?
Aren't they like a storefront kind of thing?
No, the Sim Market's a storefront. You should see the if you look on your left, I don't know if you'll see the same thing, but there's all these little mounds popping up. It reminds me of the guy in Close Encounter of the Third Kind.
Oh yeah.
Nice one, Tolstoy. Thanks.
Oh. And here's a hole. Oh man, that's a deep hole.
Oh.
What simulator are you flying in?
The one by Asheville where they fix one thing and they break 5. Yeah, there's another one here on the left.
That one by chance. You're not. I'm going in the drone cam. I gotta see this. You kidding me?
That might be an inverted mound.
Yeah, I think I'm not seeing those.
Yeah, I'm not seeing them.
I can see it.
Yeah, that's an LOD issue. I don't know about the hole though. I want to find the hole.
Yeah, I want to
There's
find
the
the
first one
hole.
I've seen.
I didn't see the holes, but I see the mounds.
What town is this we're flying over?
I'm flying at 2 o'clock.
This is Blacksburg.
Yep.
Oh,
It's a town. Yeah, sorry.
town. Yeah, okay. I heard.
We'll be going over Parrot and then over Radford after that, man.
Yeah, just those mounds that disappear when you get close.
It's a metaphor for life, you know what I mean?
It's like the pyramids, but the American version.
Did you hear about that monolith they found in the desert?
Yeah. What was all that about?
I don't know. It's probably like an art installation or something. It's like a 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah,
While I
that's
was in the
exactly
desert,
what I was
a helicopter
thinking.
pilot found something out. I think it was the California desert or something. Don't remember.
Key when you do something like that is you just never take credit for it. You just never solve the mystery.
Yeah.
Years ago in Australia, in the outback, hundreds of miles from anywhere, just desert, and you only see it from the air, but it just appeared. Somebody flew over and saw it, and then everybody used to fly over and have a look at it. This beautiful sculpture of a Aboriginal standing on one leg with his spear, and it was about 5 miles. He was about 5 miles tall. Unbelievable, just carved out into the desert floor. And eventually they've worked out that there was going through there a troop of army surveyors. They reckon they did it. It was absolutely just perfect to the inch, over 5 miles.
Sort of like the Nazca lines.
The what lines?
Yeah,
What are they called?
NASCAR lines.
Nazca lines?
NASCAR.
NASCAR line.
Yeah.
I know what you guys are talking about, but I had to make the joke.
How come we haven't done a flight plan over those, man? That'd be actually kind of cool to see.
Over.
Maybe it's not safe for work because one is a naked dude.
I'll be back. Let me go see. I'll let you know.
Big
Hey,
Dinger,
Trent.
is this? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Trent, the map on the PFD in the plane, is that supposed to keep your plane in view on that map?
It's supposed to, yes.
Yeah, well, let me have a look.
If you've
No,
accidentally
right.
hit the, if you click the range knob, it puts a cursor on and it decouples.
Just hit it
okay.
again.
Yeah, because I did hit the range knob. So how do I just reset it?
Hit it
You
again.
just click in the range button again.
Just click the knob.
Yeah.
Oh,
It has an up and down function. If you click it in, it selects
Oh, yeah,
a cursor. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Good.
There's
I
a
always like
hole
to
right
learn.
next to the.
It's always good to
Landing
learn
gear.
new things on flights. It's something I've learned today.
Landing
Yeah.
gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Hey, Big Dinger, what was
Landing
that? Was
gear.
that an army base we
Landing
just flew
gear.
over? By that
Landing
river?
gear.
Well, there's a hole.
Yeah, I saw that hole as well.
Yes, sir. That's the Radford Army Ammunition Plant.
Oh, we've got a runway.
I've never seen one from the air. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of holes. Like I'm seeing more of the mounds popping out, but I'm also seeing a lot of holes in the ground. It's like Brazil all over the place.
Yeah.
These
I don't
dotted
know.
little lakes. Yeah, it's all sinkholes.
It's like
Have
it's
you
like
been
the
looking at the
coronavirus.
Brazilian road again?
Oh yeah. Oh, I just flew over one.
Yeah, there's one like right on approach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's all these little ponds, but they're like.
it's
Yeah.
like the coronavirus. The Brazilian
they're-
sinkhole has spread all over the world.
That hole wasn't terribly deep though. It's a dry retention pond or something.
You can see it on the VFR map. There's a lot of little lakes
True.
that are probably.
You can do like 3 loops off of that coming off the runway. That's a
Notably
lot of loops.
Notably, gun pilot, do you have are you using the active pause while the autopilot is on?
Sorry?
Are you using the autopilot while active pause is on?
No, pause is not on. I don't use the active pause up till I use the pause on the keyboard, but no, it's not on.
Okay. Because that can make your autopilot go haywire.
But if you do happen to, yeah, well, I know that one because every now and again, especially before,
パート2に
even if
続きます。
everything was going fine, if you just paused and started again, yeah, the autopilot would go funny, and then would continue to go funny.